Hey everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Precilla Gonsalves, Immigration Coordinator at Hudson McKenzie. Today we are exploring a topic that affects many people around the world but often gets unnoticed the challenges same sex couple face when navigating immigration. I know nowadays moving to a new country is a big deal for anyone. It can come with added layers of stress, uncertainty, and sometimes even heartbreak. But for LGBTQ couple, it can come up with so many extra layers from worrying if your relationship will even be recognized legally to the emotional toll of constant proof request and unequal treatment. And to talk about this topic, joining me today is someone who has been helping clients navigate these exact issues. Francesca, a global immigration manager here at Hudson McKenzie. Francesca, I'm really glad you could join me today. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Priscilla. I'm really happy to be here. This is such an important topic. I think it's great that we are shining some light on it because there are real people, real relationships, and sometimes real heartbreak too.
Yeah, as we know, we both of us have seen clients go through situations that are just unnecessarily hard. So let's start with something positive before we get into heavy stuff. So tell me, Francesca, which countries are actually welcoming the same-sex couple when it comes to immigration?
Yeah, there are some good news here. More and more countries are recognizing same-sex couples in their immigration systems. That means that if you're married or in a long-term relationships, you can be included on your partner's visa as a dependent, just like heterosexual couples. Some of the friendliest countries include Canada, the US, UK, Australia, and New Zealand. These places have pretty clear laws that treat same-sex partners equally when it comes to things like family reunification or spousal visa. Also, lots of European countries like Germany, Spain, Netherlands, Sweden are also a great example. And in Latin America, countries like Argentina, Brazil have made big strides in LGBTQ plus rights, including immigration. So even in regions where equality isn't fully recognized, places like Thailand is starting to create more options for same-sex couples in immigration. Just to going back to your question, overall, the global trend is heading into a positive direction, with over 40 countries now recognizing same-sex partners in some form during immigration.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I think the UK has done quite well on that front, especially compared to where we were 15 years ago. Overall, a slow but encouraging trend towards equality. That's really positive. But I think we both know there is another side of the story as well. Please let us know, where is it still really tough for same-sex couple to immigrate together?
Well, unfortunately, there are still a lot of places where things are very difficult. In many Middle Eastern and North African countries like Saudi Arabia, Iran, the UAE, Egypt, same-sex relationships are not just unrecognized, they're actually criminalized. So immigration as same-sex couple just it's not an option. In parts of Asia, including China, Malaysia, Indonesia, same-sex relationships aren't legally acknowledged. So immigration benefits are off the table, so it's not an option. Africa has some of the strictest anti-LGBTQ plus laws. Countries like Nigeria and Uganda still enforce penalties, and immigration systems reflect that reality. And Russia and some other former Soviet states, legal restrictions makes immigration based on same-sex relationship almost impossible. So overall, we have a progress. Progress has been made, but there is still a long way to go.
Yeah, and it's heartbreaking, isn't it? People are forced to make this impossible choice between love and opportunity. So in those cases, it's not just a visa problem, it's a fundamental issue of recognition. And I guess the big difference come down whether or not a country recognizes same-sex marriage, right?
Yes, it makes a huge difference. So if a country recognizes same-sex marriage, you're basically treated like any other couple. You can apply for a visa as a spouse or dependent, and your marriage certificate is valid. In countries that do not recognize same-sex marriage and don't allow it at all, it gets much harder. So even if you're legally married in your home country, they may ignore it completely. So you might have to prove you've been living together for years or show lots of personal documents just to get your partner considered. So it really comes down to whether the system sees you as a couple at all. If it doesn't, you are stuck navigating a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah, and that can feel so invasive, right? Having to prove your love to a government official. To continue with this, do you have an example of any cases with you which reminds you of these scenarios?
Yes, one story that really sticks with me. It was about Alex and Matteo, a married couple living in Amsterdam. I remember that Alex was offered a fantastic job opportunity in Dubai, and they were like very excited about moving there. But once they start looking into immigration process, it kind of all fell apart. The UAE doesn't recognize same-sex marriage, so Matteo couldn't be added to Alex's visa. They try looking at separate visa, employment sponsorship, anything else, you name it, but the risks were too high, just too high. Even if they managed to both get there, they wouldn't be able to live openly or safely as a couple. So in the end, Alex decided to turn down the job, and it was obviously a big loss, not just professionally, but also personally. And they realized as well that their relationship, which was totally valid and legal at home, was even acknowledged in elsewhere.
Yeah, that's devastating. It's a reminder that what's a dream opportunity for one person could be completely out of reach for someone else just because of who they love. So, Francesca, what are some of the ways same-sex couple are impacted differently than heterosexual couple in the whole process?
But we all know that immigration can be challenging for everyone. But I can say that for same-sex couples, the emotional and practical burden is often heavier because of the additional layer of legal uncertainty, unequal treatment, and also they also need to navigate systems that don't always recognize their relationship.
So, for same-sex couple, the challenge go far beyond the paperwork. There is the emotional side, the uncertainty, and in some cases, genuine fear. For anyone listening who works in immigration or law, what can professional do to help?
Well, we can do a lot, actually. Lawyers and immigration experts can push for change in the law, making sure same-sex partners are included in all visa categories and helping to remove the extra burdens LGBTQ plus couples face. And equally important is, offering creative, practical solutions when traditional visa routes are inaccessible or discriminatory. A legal professional can explore alternative, such as, self-employment visa, students visa, visitor visas, like different visa types, different visa routes.
Yeah, and I think empathy is such a huge part of this work too. It's just not about the forms and evidence. It's about listening to them, understanding the fears, and helping couples to see that there are other options as well. Before we wrap up, let's leave listeners with one last takeaway. What's the most important thing same-sex couple should keep in mind when planning to immigrate together?
Well, I'd say that the biggest things is whether your relationship will be legally recognized in the country you're moving to. So if it is, the process is usually straightforward. You can apply as a couple, just like anyone else. If it is not, you need to think carefully about what alternative visa options are available, what kind of documentation you need, whether you need legal support or not, and hard as it is, whether it's even safe to move as a couple.
Yeah, these are the important points. Yeah, thanks, Francesca. Immigration isn't just about relocation, it's about your safety, dignity, and your right to live openly as well. Yeah, well, this has been such an insightful conversation, Francesca. Thank you so much for joining me today and for all the incredible work you do helping people navigate these challenges.
Thank you, Priscilla, and thanks for having this conversation.
Yeah, thank you. And to everyone listening, thank you for tuning in. Immigration is more than just forms and rules, it's about people trying to build lives together. So, we hope today's episode gave you a better understanding of the challenges, but also some hope that there are ways forward with the right advice and support. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and leave a comment. We would love to hear your thoughts or your own experiences. And if you know someone who might benefit from this episode, please pass it along. Until next time, take care. Thank you so much.